When I was a child, I would most of the time play video games. But when I wasn't playing video games, I would instead be watching TV and go through the channels to see what was on them. And I have this memory of always stumbling across this guy called Bob Ross painting during the afternoon after I had gotten home from school and had my dinner. What? I could never understand what was going on, and it never held my interest for more than a few minutes. Now, let's travel 30 years into the future.
Once again, we're going to thin the paint till it's almost ink consistency. Not quite, but almost. Something like so. And with that, then you have to sort of start...
What?
Where all the little elves live on the tree.
Why does he talk like that? He should have more confidence when he speaks, and try to speak louder so that people can hear what he's saying. Could you imagine if the SephirothSword57 show was like that? Konnichiwa everyone, I'm SephirothSword57, and welcome back to the SephirothSword57 show. That wouldn't be very good, but after taking a look at his paintings, it becomes very clear to why this man speaks the way he does, and what his personality is like. As you can see from his paintings, the only thing he paints are trees, rocks, and water. And as he demonstrates here, it's not even that hard to do. Anyone can do this. But if you take a closer look at all of his paintings, you can see that he never includes any people in them. This, my swordlings, is a very typical sign of a hikikomori. Bob Ross is someone who is afraid of other people, and that is why you don't see any people or characters in his drawings. He is socially awkward and doesn't want to deal with other people and would rather be alone all the time. How dull. I do feel sorry for the less fortunate, and you should help them. But giving them their own TV show is going too far. Come on, guys. You have to get out there and socialize and not hide in your room all day. You don't want to be some kind of weirdo, do you? Now this mindset of his also affects him as an artist as well. If he just tried, then Bob Ross could be a good artist. But the big problem is that he always gives up before he can paint anything interesting. He just paints the backgrounds and leaves his paintings unfinished. He doesn't have his own art style, and he never paints anything cool like katanas or anime characters. But knowing him, he probably doesn't have the confidence or motivation to learn anything new or develop his own style.
Shake him off and just beat the devil out of him.
Look at the mess he made. He seems weak and is too timid to improve his skills, so he just draws the same thing over and over. And there is no personality in these paintings either. They are completely soulless. Check this out. Look at how much more interesting this is now. The room he records in is also really depressing, with all the walls painted in black. Living like this can't be good for your mental health. How are you supposed to get inspired by this kind of environment? Bob's show was probably intended as a therapy program for people who live in insane asylums.
Look at that. Isn't that a nice little tree? And he lives right here in this brush.
But for some reason, it was made into a TV show and is now popular among Westerners for some reason. He also has a Twitch streaming channel, but it's really cheap because he only streams episodes of his old show and nothing else. When I stream, I keep it engaging and interesting. A big part of streaming is interacting with your fans and having a good time. This is just shameless. Am I experiencing deja vu? What is this bullshit? This is exactly the same as the last episode. It's almost like I'm watching an episode from a different timeline. How am I supposed to stay invested in what's going on when it's the same as the last episode?
Beat the devil out of it.
You've already said that. Why even record more episodes if he isn't creative enough to do something different? They might as well run the same episode over and over again. Bob Ross is very lucky that he got a show back in the day when people didn't know about cool art like this. If he tried to do his show now, he wouldn't stand a chance against the artists of today. So to sum it all up, Bob Ross is a weak and unmotivated man who lacks confidence and has problems dealing with other people. He keeps painting the same things over and over, and he never goes out of his comfort zone to try something new. Now, let me ask you this. Is that someone who you should be looking up to? Arigato for watching this video. Have a good night, evening, morning, or day. Bye!